beautiful, welcome back. My name is Tina. I'm the makeup enthusiast. In today's video, I'm here to share with you my empties. So these are all the products that I used up over the last couple of months. I have a big basket here full of empties. So if you want to see little reviews on all of these products in here, then stay tuned. But before we get into the video, if you are new around here and you love watching product empties videos or any other project painting related content, make sure you subscribe down below. And without further ado, let's jump on into the video. So I have a lot of empties here. I think last time I filmed empties was maybe last quarter potentially, or maybe like 2 months ago. So this is like 2 to 3 months worth of empties. So let's jump on in here. I have a few hair care products on the top here. The first is the Cedel Extra Firm Hairspray in Raspberry Punch. I would not recommend this hairspray. It was like, it just made your hair feel really crunchy and crispy, and I don't love that feeling personally. The scent was weird. It was like sweet but also really alcohol-y, and the sprayer on it as well also went really weird on me all the time. So I wouldn't recommend that one. I will say I think it's quite a cheap hairspray, but I still wouldn't recommend it. Then we have the KMS Flatout Straightening Cream. This one was all right. Like if you like straightening your hair all the time, maybe check this one out. Me personally, I'm like moving away from straightening my hair as much as I used to. Even when I was straightening my hair using this, I was doing it like blow dryer style, and I would use the flat brushes for my Dyson. But nowadays I am embracing my curly hair and I'm diffusing my hair all the time, so this product just is not or does not have a place in my routine anymore. I'm like moving a lot into curly hair style products and whatnot, so I wouldn't purchase that one. I don't even know whether KMS make that anymore, because I think I purchased that, or I think my mum may have purchased that for me when I was a teenager. So it was a very, very old product. I probably shouldn't have used it on my hair, but I am happy to say I used it up. It still felt fine, and it didn't have a weird like texture or consistency. It wasn't separated or have a funny scent at all, so I thought it was still good. Also, I have the Davines Melu shampoo. This shampoo is designed for long or damaged hair. I like bounce between hairdressers. I have found a new hairdresser that I really like. She does like my bright hair. Last time I went to her and said I really want to embrace my curls as well, she got really excited and was like, I like have the perfect stuff for you. Like she actually stocks curly hair products. She's done some curly hair training, so she knew what I was talking about and what I wanted when I was like, I want to embrace my curly hair. One of her like senior hairstylists as well also knows what to do with curly hair, so I felt really comfortable going to her and telling her what I wanted and that I want to embrace my natural curls. She was like ready to go. So it was very good, very enjoyable experience. But Davines is actually sold at the hairdresser that I used to go to, but I really like Davines. So I have since purchased the shampoo and conditioner that my current hairdresser stocks, which is, I think it's called Cayenne. That's also the same brand of hair colors that my current hairdresser uses, but I really like Davines products. So I may just very well go back to my old hairdresser and just get a refill of this, because they do offer, I think it's like a $5 discount for every time you go in and refill their products. So I may just do that, go back and refill, but I also did just purchase a new shampoo and conditioner, so I'm not quite sure. I always like go back to Davines because I really like their products. I think they have exceptional quality, but for some reason I move away from them and then I come back. But they're always like a tried and true tested brand that I go back to, and they're great quality. If you ever find a hairdresser that stocks Davines, I would 100% recommend giving some of them a try. I've got two Cleanse & Co. refill candle pouches in here. So I've got the Australian Natives and the Fig Leaf. I like both of these scents. I think actually the Fig Leaf is the one that I'm currently burning. The Australian Natives was also really nice. I purchased the Cleanse & Co refills when they're like buy one get one free. When they're buy one get one free, I think it brings them down to like $16 each for a 400 gram candle. You can't go wrong. Like, you just can't go wrong with a 400 gram candle being that cheap. So I purchased like 10 of these when they had one of their buy one get one free sales. I think I still have like 3 or 4 of them, which when I refilled it last time with the fig leaf, I noticed it was a little bit melty. So I think I really need to make sure I use up the last of the refills that I've got before summer, because like in the dead of summer, here in Australia, it can get really hot. So I'm concerned that when it gets really, really hot, it might melt some of the refills that are in the pouches that I have. I'm on it. I'm on it. I've noted it and I'm on it. Let me get my shit sorted here. Let's go through some of these samples, because there's makeup like right down the bottom of this basket, but the samples are in the way. We've got the DrJart Ceramidin Skin Barrier Moisturizing Cream. This one was actually a really nice texture, but for me personally, it's probably a little bit too heavy. But I do find when I'm having like eye flare-ups, it was nice for that. And I also found it as a nice hand cream. Very expensive way to probably buy and use hand cream, but as a little sample, it was quite nice. The consistency of the cream was actually really nice. I've got a couple of the Dr. Dennis Gross Universal Daily Peels. I got 3 of them in Mecca Beauty Loops. I quite like this product, but for me, in this like single-use foil packaging, it just really annoys me having single-use towelettes like this in packaging like this. Like, I don't understand why Dr. Dennis Gross can't bring out the liquid that the little pad is soaked with in bottles. This single-use crap, it just annoys me so much. Speaking of single use, I used up 4 of the Running Bare refreshing towelettes. I don't think you can buy these. I think these were actually like a freebie with purchase kind of thing. I brought some tights and stuff from them a while ago, and I think they just threw this in for, I don't know, for a gift with purchase, even though it's a weird gift. Anyway, CeraVe Moisturizing Cream. I think I ended up using this one up as just a hand cream. It was actually really nice texture and consistency on the skin. I think you can buy this in like the big pump bottles. I would consider picking that up, because it was just a really nice, non-offensive moisturizing formula. And my husband can get like really dry, cracky hands, so that might actually be a really good formula for him just to have on hand when he's having those, like in winter, his hands get really bad. This is the Tiami Vita A Bakuchiol Youth Serum. It wasn't really enough to see any great difference in my skin. There's actually probably a few in here that are a little bit like that. We'll get to them when we get to them. I got this Nebuta face mask. One of my friends picked this up for me when she was over in Japan. It was terrifying. This is what the face mask looked like. It was quite funny. I think my husband walked in on me when I had it on my face, and he was like, "What on earth are you wearing?" Quite funny, also terrifying. I think you probably can pick up these, or I'm not quite sure about this specific brand, but there are a few like Yes Style, Stylevana, Beauty Amora now in Australia that have Japanese style skincares and face masks that you can buy online and have shipped to Australia or shipped within Australia. Mecca Max Spot Dots. These are just like blemish dots. They come in a pack of 12, and they're just like the little circle dots that you can buy. I quite liked these. I don't need these all the time, but when I had breakouts that were like really deep in the skin, or ones that I found were like ready to go, if that makes sense, I would put these on overnight, and I would wake up and they would either have like absorbed all of the gunk or like calmed it down a little bit. So I definitely would consider repurchasing this and just having a packet on hand and just like slowly work my way through it. I purchased this pack like maybe like 18 months ago, and I've just slowly been working my way through it every now and then as I need it. I only really use those on like the bigger breakouts that I get, which is only occasionally, but when I get the big ones, oh man, they're so painful. I've got two Paulas Choice products here. So I have the 2% BHA liquid exfoliant, and then I've also got the 6% Mandelic acid and 2% lactic acid. The 2% BHA has been a product in their range for many, many years. The Mandelic acid they only brought out, I think earlier this year or maybe late last year. I much prefer, for me personally, I find the BHA is the most effective. The Mandelic, when I was using it, I didn't really feel like it did all that much. So I'm just going to stick with the BHA. I currently have another one of these open in my skincare box, and I use it like every night, every second night. And I also purchased a backup as well when they were having a sale. I just purchased two at the one time. Actually, I think that meant that I got extra discount or I got free shipping or something. So I purchased, basically, like when I do buy this, I buy like two at a time. The Natio Moisture Rich Hand and Nail Cream. This is quite a nice moisturizer. I did get it, I think, as a Christmas gift last year from a friend. It was really nice, and I always enjoy like hand creams because I know it's something that I will use up eventually. So the Janiero Brazilian Crush Bum Cream. I love this stuff. I love the scent. I love the formula. It's not the most moisturizing formula by any means. I think there's definitely more moisturizing creams out there, but the benefit of this one is it smells amazing, and I love the scent. I know some of you don't, but I love the scent. I've purchased like 5 or 6 tubs of this, so I just purchase it every now and then when I feel like I want some bum back in my life again. Secret Cuticle Oil. I don't even know whether Secret is a brand anymore. Secret used to be one of those brands that would always be like the pop-up kiosks in the center of shopping centers, and the people were always really quite annoying and sometimes quite pushy as well, but they would always just like grab your hand and like start applying shit on your hand, and it was often a lot. Anyway, I finally used up the Secret Cuticle Oil. I had this in one of my project pans. It took me forever to use up the last little bit. Like I had like this much left. It took ages. I would not repurchase that. And also, I don't even know whether the Secret is still a brand anymore. They probably have changed their name. I don't know. I've got another little mini of the Bum Cream. I got this as a sample in a Beauty Loop box. Speaking of Bum, I also have a bottle of the Firmeza Oil. I don't love this as much as I love the Bum Cream. This has the same scent, which is nice. But in terms of the oil, I don't feel like it moisturizes my skin at all. If anything, it almost makes it feel a bit drier. So I would not recommend that. It's also really expensive for what you get. And I also have the Janiero Brazilian Crush Pistachio and Salted Caramel Perfume Spray. I really like this scent. It doesn't last forever on me. It's just a perfume mist, so it's not like an eau de parfum that has like longevity or anything like that, but it's nice. It's like salted caramel kind of scent, so it's quite sweet. But I always find I get like samples of this in Beauty Loop boxes or whatnot, so I have another bottle this size in my bathroom that I'm currently working on, and I also have a full-size bottle of it as well back here with the rest of my perfumes. So I have a lot of it. The Wella Fusion Intense Repair Mask. This is quite nice. I'm currently kind of looking for a hair mask. I have another sample that I have in my shower at the moment that I'm working on. And then I'm kind of just trying to decide whether I go back to Olaplex, whether I try something else. I'm not quite sure. This was nice, but I don't think I would go out and buy it. It was nice to try it though, and I did get like maybe 4 uses out of this one, so really decent size sample to try. I've got the Mecca Cosmetica Everyday Face Oil. I really don't love the scent of this. The scent is just, I don't even know how to describe it, but I just didn't get on that well with the scent. The oil itself, it was alright, but I didn't see any miracles with my skin, so I enjoyed using it up. I got this as a gift for my birthday beauty loop gift. I think it was last year. So it was nice to try like a full size product, but I wouldn't purchase it. I definitely think there's better face oils that you can get from Mecca if you're looking for one. The Hamilton Skin Therapy Gentle Wash. Goldfaden MD Bright Eyes Dark Circle Radiant Concentrate. This was quite a nice sample. The Kiehl's Facial Fuel Energizing Scrub. My husband used this one up, and occasionally I would like apply it to his face. It had like a nice like minty scent to it, and it had a little bit of a like scrubby texture. I know that he quite liked it, so I don't know, maybe I might buy it for him. I don't know, maybe for Christmas, I don't know. Ulta 3 Lightening Drops. These dried out on me actually. I think I used maybe like half the bottle before it dried out. Disappointing that it did dry out, but they were very handy to have on hand for like lightening foundations that were too dark for me and whatnot. And it was Ulta 3, so I think that these were only like maybe like $6 or $9 a bottle, so really good price. I don't know whether Ulta 3 make these anymore, but if you're looking for a shade adjusting product, white, they also have like a bronzer shade. Check out Ulta 3. Like I said, I just don't know if they make them anymore. The Wella One Step Cleanser and Toner. This was terrible. I don't know what the consistency of this is. It didn't really do anything. It smelled really quite like essential oil, herbally, but the product itself was no good. No good. Sunday Riley CEO Glow Oil. I typically like to use vitamin C in the morning, and I don't like to use oils on my face in the morning, so this was kind of like, it didn't really have a comfortable place in my routine, so it took me forever to use up, but I also didn't see any difference in my skin with it. So yeah, I don't think I would buy any of the Sunday Riley oils, if I'm honest. I think they're overpriced for what they are. This was the Hourglass Foundation in Shell. I believe that I used this one up as like a bit of a bronzer because the Shell color was too dark for me. I think maybe Shell was the one that was the right color. Anyway, I don't really love this foundation. I thought that I would like it more than I have, but I've tried a few different colors in it now, and it just, I don't know, it's just fine. Like, it didn't blow my socks off. I didn't love it. I used up a 4-pack of these Dior Addict Fluid Sticks. I don't think Dior make these anymore. I think this was a really old sample card, but I got it used up. I used up another one of these Christohpe Robin Aloe Vera Express hair masks. I think I had another one of these in my Empties last quarter. It was quite a nice hair mask, and the sample was quite a decent size. I got this as a 100-point perk from Sephora. It was nice to try, but it's not on my list of hair masks that I would buy a full size of. All right, we have like all makeup now, and 3 perfumes. So let's go through the perfumes. So I've got these 3 perfumes that I have used up in my Team Project pan. So first up is the Ellis Brooklyn Florist perfume. I got this in a beauty loop. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it, but it was quite floral. So I personally find floral scents can be a little bit overpowering for me. So they really have to be like just right for me to actually want to buy a full size. And this wasn't it. I definitely feel like I could get a headache from that if I wore it too much. I also used up the Byredo Blanche perfume. I really like the Byredo Bal d'Afrique perfume. It's like, oh, I love it. It's so good. But Blanche for me, and I've said this many times, it just to me smells like a freshly cleaned like public bathroom, like freshly cleaned at the shopping center bathroom. That's what this smells like to me. And I'm not about smelling like a freshly cleaned shopping center bathroom. It's just not my vibe. This perfume, however, I freaking love. This is the Maison Francis Kirk de Jan I have no idea how to say that. Paris Aqua Celestia Cologne Forte. It just smells so good. I have been raving about this perfume in my Team Project pan for the last few updates. Ever since I got this perfume, I just wish there was some more in there. Ever since I got this perfume in a beauty loop, I just can't get enough of it. And they only gave me this tiny little sample. I wish there was more in here. This perfume and this brand, Maison Paris, they're so expensive. They're so expensive. So this is the same maker as the Baccarat Rouge perfume, if any of you ever seen that. But their perfumes like start at like $300 or something for the smallest bottle. And that's a lot of money for perfume. So I really want to get it. I might have to start saving for it though. It's definitely not a perfume that I can just impulse buy. Like I can't impulse buy a perfume that's gonna cost me $300 for the smallest size. But golly god, this smells so good. And it's not for everyone. I've definitely had some people smell this and say they just don't get it. But for me, it was like an instant love. There's just something about it, and I think it's just because it's weird and quirky and different. I think that's the reason why I love it. It's just, oh, it's so good, but goddamn, it's expensive. That is all of the skincare, hair care, perfume bits. The rest in here, oh, actually, I lie. There's one more skincare product in here. This is the Medik8 Crystal Retinol number 10. I have been slowly working my way up in the Medik8 Crystal Retinol line. I'm currently at 20. I think they've just recently introduced a step higher than the 20, but I'm currently working through the 20. I really like how Medik8 have a like progressing intensity in their retinols, and it's good because if you find that your skin is like overly sensitive to retinols or it takes longer to adjust to retinol levels, you can like just stay at that current level and then move up when you feel like you can. So I'm currently on 20 and I have really been enjoying the Medik8 retinols and I will continue to purchase them. Now all we have in the basket is makeup. I've got a few like little liner products in here. First of all is the LH Cosmetics Ascella Flash eyeliner. I use this one up in my Partners in Cream. I have a couple more LH liners in my collection that aren't like the troublesome formula that have the ingredient that wasn't supposed to be in the products in my collection. So I want to slowly use them up. I'm slowly like trying to get rid of all like the sections of my makeup collection that I have a lot of. I'm trying to like focus on those sections and get at least like 2 or 3 of those particular troublesome or like overstocked collections in my whole entire makeup collection out like each year. And I just want to like reduce down those certain collections that I like excessively purchased back in the day and now I don't really use as much, because I feel like I've really reduced down the amount of makeup that I buy every year. Like this year alone, I think I've only maybe purchased maybe like 2 or 3 eyeshadow palettes. Normally, like back in the day, I would have purchased like 20 in 1 year. But I am really starting to get a handle on over purchasing, I feel. So now my goal is to try and reduce down some of those excessive categories in my collection where possible. And eyeliners and lip liners, I feel, is one category that I find fairly easy to work through a couple each year. I also used up my NYX eyeliner in Hot Red, my NYX lip liner in Hot Red as well. I have another red lip liner in my collection that I want to try and use up next year. And then the rest are all nudes, which I find nude lip liners really easy to use and work through. So I don't feel as guilty buying new nude lip liners because I know that I will use them quite regularly. Now we have some lip products. So I have the Lana Lips Tinted Lip Balm in Rhubarb. I didn't love the Lana Lips lip balm, And I have had Lanolips lip balms in the past, and I just find they don't really work for me. I think it's the lanolin that just doesn't really vibe well with my lips, so I will not purchase any of these in the future. I've also got the Nars Afterglow lip balm in Fast Lane. This is quite nice, but if I'm honest, I liked it, but I don't get the hype. I feel like some people really hype up these Nars lip balms, and I just didn't really feel like they offered a lot of moisture for my lips, and my lips can get quite dry, so I feel like I need something more hydrating than this, and I just didn't really get it. I didn't love it, so I wouldn't purchase it. I do have, I believe, one more mini in my collection that I need to use up. I think I want to maybe try and focus on getting that one done next year. I've also got two more lip products. I have the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Confetti. I really like the Fenty Gloss Bombs, but I have a lot in my collection. Over the last couple of years, I've purchased the Christmas mini sets. So I'm slowly trying to work my way through them because I have a lot in my collection and I just don't want them to go bad before I use them up. So I'm slowly trying to like focus on them and work them out of my collection. I think in terms of the minis, I maybe have maybe like another 4 or 5 in my collection, so I definitely need to work my way through them. I am a great lover of the Gloss Bomb formula. I know some people think it's overrated, but I really like them. I think they're a great formula. L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick in 630. I use this one up completely. Actually, I lie. I haven't completely used this one up yet. I have scraped the product that was in the bullet, like the bottom of the bullet in the plastic casing. I've scraped it out and I've depotted it into a little sample pot, and I'm currently using that up as a cream blush in my Partners in Cream. So I haven't completely used it up, but I have used up the bullet per se. I really liked this lipstick. I thought it was a great formula. It was really comfortable on the lips and I really enjoyed the color. If I didn't have so many lipsticks, I would consider picking this one up. But if you want like a really great formula lipstick, at an affordable price, check out the L'Oreal Color Riche lipsticks because I thought it was a great formula. I've got a little mini here of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel. I don't know, like if I needed a brow gel, I might consider this, but I wouldn't go out of my way to just purchase this. If it was like sitting on the shelf and I'm like, oh, I need a brow gel, I'd just grab one. But I didn't think it was anything fantastic. MAC Studio Radiance in NW13. I actually really like this foundation and I think I maybe want to pick it up in the full size one day. I currently have, I think, 4 more foundations, 5 more foundations in my collection, I think. It's either 4 or 5. I want to make sure I'm using those ones up first before I go out and buy another one. But in terms of like the samples that I've tried, this one is definitely at the top of the list at the moment for foundations that I want to purchase next. But like I said, I really want to make sure I'm getting used up and out of my collections, the ones that I have in my collection first before I go and buy another one, because I've got enough foundation in my collection now probably for another year. And I really want to try something else, something new, but I also don't want to waste my money and waste product. So I'm going to make sure I use up the ones I've got first before I go and buy another one. But maybe in the interim, I can just grab like little samples like this and have a play and test out what's out there just to keep things interesting. And the last product in the basket is the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. I thought that I loved this. Okay, and I have the color Mont Blanc. I thought I loved this foundation when I first got it, and when I was using it when I first got it, I thought it looked beautiful on my skin. But the more I used it, and I guess the more regularly I used it, I started using this as like my everyday work foundation. I felt like it just by the end of the day, it started looking really heavy and cakey on my skin, and it wasn't looking as flattering as I hoped it was. So I don't know whether I would repurchase this. Maybe I would get a sample and like test it out again to see if maybe it was just the weather or my skin at the time. I'm not quite sure, but I just felt like as I was getting towards the end of it, it just wasn't looking as flattering on my skin as I thought that it used to look. So I don't think I would repurchase this one, which is kind of disappointing because I thought that I'd found my foundation, but it seems maybe my skin has changed and it's just not my foundation anymore. So that is the end of my empties. I'm not going to show you the bottom of the basket because it is filthy and I don't want to show you that. So that is the end of my empties. Let me know down in the comments if you've tried any of these products and your thoughts on these products. Also, if you have like aging combo oily skin with fine lines, let me know what your favorite foundation is down in the comments, because I'm kind of in the mood for checking out some new foundations and going and grabbing a sample or two. So let me know down in the comments what foundations you would recommend for me. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe down below if you want to keep up to date on any future empties videos or any of my other project painting related content. That's it for this video, beautiful. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, beautiful.